Hello everyone and welcome to Mr.MoFranchise. It's week 11 and the Jaguars are coming off 2 straight losses. Let's see if we can turn things around as we host the Houston Texans. You might remember back in week 5 when we lost to the Texans 28-21. This week, as far as how long I will be playing the game, I rolled a 2. So this will be a game that will have 5-minute quarters, and I also rolled a 2. So I will be starting in the second quarter of that game. As far as the effect of winning or losing, I rolled a 6. So this game will affect my fan approval by a plus or minus 20. As far as scouting goes, I rolled a 5. Therefore, I will be spending 140 points of my scouting points this week. And finally, the random event. This is called Divisional Rival. And it says if this week's opponent is a divisional foe, which it is, this team becomes a rival. For the rest of the franchise, you must play this team on the All-Madden difficulty setting. If you are already playing on the All-Madden difficulty setting, then you have to increase the sliders by even more when playing them. Well, they weren't on that yet, but now they are. So for the rest of the series, I will be playing the Houston Texans on the All-Madden difficulty. Before we get to the action, let's take a look at the contract negotiations I still had for this week. The only player I had to look at was Casey Sales, and at his age, at that skill level, I've decided to pass on him and withdraw that offer. Good news for the Jaguars. We do have Kylan Hill returning from injury, so I'm going to be moving him back to the number 1 spot, and it's good to see that we'll have a full complement of halfbacks at our disposal as we take on the Texans. Vegas has us as a 2-point favorite. Let's go to the action in Jacksonville, where the Jaguars and Texans will face off. Remember, this is going to be my first game where I will be playing on the All-Madden difficulty, and we've already seen how I've done so far on the previous settings, so this is going to be a true challenge for us. And remember, this game will be starting in the second quarter, so I'm going to go ahead and simulate the first quarter, and I'll do that ever so quickly, and we'll just briefly talk about the results at the end of the quarter. As you can see, the Texans got out to the early lead, and then we came back to tie it, and that's where we'll pick up the action as the Texans are threatening. 1st and 10 from the 17. Deshaun Watson back to pass, and he's going to throw that across the middle for a nice completion of about 9.5 yards. Actually, let's give him 10. That's going to be 1st and goal from the 7. Deshaun Watson, empty backfield. Back to pass, looking, scanning, and he's going to get rid of that ball. That's going to be knocked down. Good play there by the secondary for the Jaguars. That was Trevor Williams on the knockdown. 2nd and goal. Handoff to number 31 for the Texans. And then it's going to be stopped short. David Johnson couldn't quite get into the end zone there. So it's going to be 3rd and goal. I formation. Handoff. No, it's going to be a pitch out to number 31, David Johnson, for the score. Great fake pitch out there. It looked like it was going to the halfback, but no, the Texans pitched it out to David Johnson, and the entire Jaguars defense was sucked in. Good looking play design there by the Texans, and that gives them the early 10-3 lead here in the second quarter. Brian Robinson Jr. back, and he's going to get a nice return to the 32-yard line. And that's where Trey Lance will set up, down 10-3. 1st and 10 from the 32. Hand off to Kylan Hill, breaks to the outside. Keeps the legs running, and he's going to pick up 4 yards there. Good to see Kylan Hill back in action for the Jaguars. Look at the offense with and without Kylan Hill. With, much better, as was our record. Notice we went 0-2 without him. 2nd down and 6. Lance back to pass. That's a pass to Kyle Pitts for the 1st down. And that's going to give the Jaguars a 1st down at midfield. Hand off to Kylan Hill on the counter. He's got a 1st down, breaks it to Moore. He takes it all the way down to the 24-yard line. A 25-yard gain on the counter play. Kylan Hill showing off the moves, why we desperately needed him, and maybe a good indication of why we had 2 losses without him. Let's watch this replay. Did a good job reading his blocks, then cutting it back to the left, and then back to the right again. And that's going to give the Jaguars 1st and 10 from the 24. Single back formation, Kylan Hill. It's going to be his quick run there to the wide receiver, DJ Chark. And that play was read very well by the Texans. In fact, that's going to be a 3-yard loss. 2nd down and 13. Hand off to Marlon Mack. He maybe picks up a yard, if that, and that's going to make it 3rd down and long. That is going to be the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. Jaguars trailing 10-3. And now they're facing a 3rd down and 13, and the Jaguars go with 5 receiver set. Trey Lance out of the shotgun. Looking, throwing deep. He's got DJ Chark, and DJ Chark can't hold on to it. DJ Chark is the #1 receiver for the Jaguars, but if he wants to truly be an elite receiver, those are the kind of catches you have to make. Let's watch the replay. He goes up for it, he catches it, but then he's hit hard by the Texans, and he does not make the catch, and that will force the Jaguars into the field goal. A 44-yard opportunity here for Matthew McCrane. Right hash, the kick is up, and the kick is good, and that's going to make it 10-6 with 1:52 left to play here in the first half. Logan Cook on the kickoff, and that is going to be a touchback. So the Jaguars will try to get the ball back with 1:52 to go. They're trailing by 4. Let's see if their defense can step up and hold the Texans to a 3-and-out. Deshaun Watson sends his halfback into motion. Empty backfield. He's going to dump that across to number 80. Their tight end, Ali Cox, who picks up 5. That's going to make it 2nd down and 5. Watson back to pass, looking, not finding, good coverage. He's going to take off with his legs, and he's going to battle for the 1st down. What an athletic play there by Deshaun Watson, who picks up the 1st down. And any thoughts of a 3-and-out go by the wayside as Deshaun Watson had really good coverage there by the Jaguars, so he decided to go ahead and take off with his legs. And the Texans call timeout with just a minute to play. Deshaun Watson dumps that off to Ali Cox for another 1st down. And the Texans have something going here. 56 seconds left to go. 1 timeout left. Deshaun Watson. Single man in the backfield. That's David Johnson. Back to pass is Deshaun Watson. Rolling out. Moving in the pocket. Moving again. Looking. And he is going to be brought down. Clavion Chason with the sack. His 3rd tackle of the day. And the clock is ticking down to 30 seconds and going. Deshaun Watson back to pass, and he completes a nice throw there to number 15, Will Fuller, for the Texans. And that's going to give the Texans a 3rd and very short, in fact, 3rd and inches. And they're going to be in the I formation with 19 seconds to go and no timeouts. They're going to hand it off, and that is going to be a 1st down, but the clock is ticking. Will the Texans be able to spike the ball? They will not. Clock mismanagement there by the Texans. Jaguars catch a break, and that's going to take us to halftime. And a defensive struggle. 10-6, the Texans lead, and they will be getting the ball back to start the second half. Tail of the tape here as we look. Very low offensive input from both teams. You'll have that with 5-minute quarter games, but still a defensive struggle so far. Let's look at other action around the league. Another defensive struggle. The Titans are leading by 3-0 against the Colts. A Titans victory there would certainly help the Jaguars today. Let's move on to Wisconsin, where Tampa Bay is traveling to Green Bay, and it's Aaron Rodgers all over the 7-2 Bucs, currently led by Andrew Luck. Rodgers has a touchdown, and the Packers have the 2-score lead at 14-0. And let's look at one more game in New York, where Seattle's traveled across the country to face the Bills. And right now, Russell Wilson is leading the Seahawks to the early 14-6 lead as that game approaches the end of the second quarter. Let's pick it up here in the third quarter as the Jaguars are kicking off. Texans have the 4-point lead, and that touchback is going to give Deshaun Watson the ball at the 25-yard line. Let's see what the Texans could do here. 1st and 10. Watson under center. One back. That is going to be David Johnson, and he's going to take it to the outside. Nice juke there. And he's going to pick up 8 yards there, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 2. Hand off to David Johnson again. He's going to move to the middle, and he is going to be... That is going to be a 1st down. Just picks up the 1st down. That's going to make it 1st and 10. Watson back to pass. There is a penalty flag on the play. And that is going to be offsides. That is going to be offsides on Nick Bolton, the middle linebacker. Full disclosure, if you didn't catch that, that was me controlling that player. That was my bad. And that's going to make it 1st and 5 as the Texans elect to take the penalty. 1st and 5. Quick screen out to the receiver. He picks up a couple there. That was Kuti on the short gain there. And that's going to make it 2nd down and 2. Hand off to David Johnson. He's got a first down. All the way up to the 47. That's his 15th rush on the day for 65 yards and a touchdown. And the Texans have a 1st down and 10 from the 47. Watson back to pass. Looking across the middle, and that is going to be completed. A 7-yard gain there, and that's going to give the Texans 2nd and 3 as they've gotten past midfield. There's a 1st down from David Johnson, who takes it all the way down to the 36-yard line. Give him 76 yards now rushing on 16 carries. 1st and 10 from the Texans as they are now in deep field goal range. Watson back to pass, and he's going to be, no, he's breaking out of the sack. He's going to get rid of that ball. Wise decision there. Jaguars missed an opportunity there for the sack. That's that elusiveness that Deshaun Watson has. 2nd down and 10. Watson going deep, looking end zone. He's got a, no, it's going to be dropped by Will Fuller. It looked like he might have had his 2nd touchdown of the day there, but it was dropped. 3rd down and 10. Screen pass to Duke Johnson Jr., and he's got a 1st down as the Jaguars do a poor job on the screenplay there. Nice play call there by the Texans, and they now have a 1st down and 10 inside the red zone. Watson back to pass. He's going to dump that off to number 82. That's Isaiah Coulter on the catch there, and that's going to give the Texans a 2nd down and 2. Once again, Watson going empty backfield. He's going to be looking, and he's going to have a touchdown. That is to the captain, Brandon Cooks. Looks like the Texans caught the Jaguars in a audible on their defense. And once again, that was my man. I got caught in a bad defense. I tried to audible to a different defense, but in that exchange, it was cover 2 man, and that was my guy. That's all me. And unfortunately, the Texans take the 17-6 lead. And the Jaguars are in trouble. Down by 11 here with just over a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Brian Anderson Jr. takes that kickoff back to the 25. And that's where we'll start. Trey Lance under center. 1:03 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Down by 11. Handoff is to Kyle Hill. He breaks the tackle. Nice little move there to pick up 4 hard-fought yards. 2nd down and 6 for Trey Lance. He also goes empty backfield, 5-receiver set. And he's going to dump that across the middle to Kylan Hill out of the backfield. 1st down for Kylan Hill and this Jaguars offense. It goes into the no huddle. Probably a wise decision with these 5-minute quarter games. As the clock approaches 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Lance back to pass. Lance scanning. Lance throwing. And that is to be caught by Kyle Pitts, who takes it down to the 34-yard line. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. Good-looking play there by the Jaguars offense. And that's going to take us to the 4th quarter. The Jaguars are trailing by 11 points. And with a 5-minute quarter game, you're probably looking at 4-down territory. Although a field goal would make this a 1-score game. But the Jaguars are going to have to pick up the pace, as there is only 5 minutes left to go, as these quarters are short-timed quarters. 1st and 10. Lance back to pass. Looking, finding his receiver. That's Kyle Pitts once again for about a 7-yard gain. Make it an 8-yard gain. That's going to make it 2nd down and 2. And the Jaguars go into the hurry-up. 2nd and, we'll call it 2.5, maybe 3. As we approach 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Lance changing the play, changing receivers, throwing across the middle. And that was a beautiful touch pass to Laviska Shenault on the slant, but we do have a penalty, and it is going to be a hold. And that's going to be against the left guard, Trey Smith. And that's going to make this 2nd down and 13. Erases the 1st down. Can the Jaguars recover? Trey Lance looking. He's going to throw that across to Kylan Hill on the angle route, but that is going to be knocked down. And that's going to force a 3rd down and 13. Lance back to pass. Looking, not finding, dump off to Josh Oliver, who makes this a more manageable field goal opportunity. Matthew McCrane is going to be kicking against the wind. A 50-yard attempt. The kick is up. And the kick is good. And that's going to make this 17-9. That does make it a 1-score possession game. So Jaguars will need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, but they'll first need their defense to hold. Logan Cook on the kickoff. That's going to be received at the 3-yard line and taken back to the 30-yard line. 29. 1st and 10 for the Texans. 3:44 to go. Receiver in motion. That's going to be a run to the receiver, number 15, Will Fuller, who gets a nice run there for 4 yards and keeps the clock going, more importantly, for the Texans. 2nd and 6. Deshaun Watson across the middle. That's going to be a first down. That's to Mo Ali Cox, the tight end for the Texans. And that's going to be another first down for the Texans as they continue to work this clock. Approaching the 2.5-minute mark. Deshaun Watson, handoff to David Johnson. David Johnson has a bit of running room there, but there is a penalty flag, and that running room came from the hold. And that's going to push the Texans back. Fusco on the hold there. That's going to make it 1st down and 20. Jaguars need to hold here to get this ball back. Texans hand it off to David Johnson. He picks up a nice chunk of change there. Let's call that a gain of 7 or 8, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 13. And the Jaguars call timeout with 2:26 to go. Got to have a stop on this possession. Deshaun Watson back to pass. Deshaun Watson's going to dump that across the middle to number 13, who makes a move, and he has it down to the 35. And that's going to make it 3rd down and inches. Great catch there by Brandon Cooks, and that's going to make it 3rd and inches. The Jaguars have to hold if they want a chance. Deshaun Watson's going to pass, and he's going to have a completion to Mo Ali Cox. And that is a dagger into the Jaguars' chances here. You could just feel the air in the building sucked out as the life of this game may be done, as is the hopes of making the playoffs for the Jaguars. A loss here would be catastrophic, And this is going to be a quick move there by David Johnson. The Jaguars call another timeout. 6-yard gain there, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 4. Jaguars have to have a stop here as they are now out of timeouts. Hand off to David Johnson. He's got a 1st down and more through the middle. Touchdown, David Johnson. And that's going to give the Texans the 15-point lead with 1:50 go left to play. Not looking good here in Jacksonville. 1st and 10 for Trey Lance. Down by 15. Trey Lance looking to throw to Colin Johnson across the middle, and he's going to drop that, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 10. Those are the kind of catches you got to come up with if you want to make a comeback. But it was not to be. 2nd down and 10. Trey Lance back, and he is going to be sacked. Brought down by Zach Cunningham, the captain of the Texans defense. That's going to make it 3rd and 17. Lance back to pass. He's going to throw that across the middle, and that is going to be caught by Chris Olave. What an acrobatic catch there. And the Jaguars will go into the hurry-up. They live to fight another day as they will try to make the comeback continue. Going deep to DJ Chark, and that is caught by DJ Chark. Another great catch. 2 back-to-back fantastic catches, and Trey Lance will spike the ball with 31 seconds left to go. It may be too little too late, but it is encouraging to see those 2 catches by Olave and Chark Jr. 2nd down and 10 after the spike. Throw into the end zone, and there's a flag, and it's tipped in an interception. The Texans on the interception. Let's check the penalty flag. It's going to be holding by the Jaguars on Taylor Decker. The Texans will decline, and with that interception, this game is over. Deshaun Watson will take the victory formation knee, and that is your final score, 24-9, as Coach Mo is disappointed in this loss. Take a look at the numbers. The Texans led in yards passing, yards rushing, and they did get that last takeaway. But more importantly, they led in points, 24-9, as the Jaguars suffer another defeat under Coach Mo. Taking a look at the stats today, we had Trey Lance, who went 9 of 17 for 151 yards, no touchdowns, and he did have that last interception at the end of the game. As far as running goes, it was a very productive day for Kylan Hill. He only had 8 rushes, but he had 51 yards of rushing for a 6.3 average. As far as receiving goes, Kyle Pitts led the way with 3 catches for 49 yards. Oliver tossed in 4 15 yards for 2 catches. On defense, Quarterman led the way. He had a great game. 12 tackles on defense, and Ward threw in 8 tackles as well. However, it wasn't enough. Going to upgrades, DJ Chark gets a chance to upgrade. He'll be putting that point into deep threat, and that'll take him from an 81 in deep threat to an 82. Good news is that moves him overall to an 82, and he bumps up 2 in awareness, 1 catching, 1 deep route. Next up is Levi Wallace, our cornerback. He's going to get a point in man-to-man, and that's going to put him up to a 77 overall. Good news here, he goes up 1 in awareness, 2 in man coverage, and 1 in press. Next up is Clayvion Chason. He's going to get a point into run stopper, because that's what our defensive line coach is. And Chason is at a 74 overall. He gets 2 in block shed, 1 hit power, and +2 in tackle. Like to see that +2 in tackle. Laviska Shenault's our next upgrade. He's going to get that 1 point in deep threat. He's going to stay at a 74, however. And he will get 1 in awareness, 2 catch, and 1 deep route. 2 more players. One is Shaquille Quarterman, our middle linebacker. He's going to get a point in run stopper, and it does bump him up to a 74 overall. He's going to get 1 awareness, 2 block shed, 1 man coverage, and 2 in zone coverage. I like to see that, very much so. And finally, our backup, Daniel Thomas. He's going to get that into run stopper, and he is going to bump up to a 67 overall. After the upgrades, we take a look at the head coach approval ratings, and remember, this was a plus or minus 20 with the fans. So after this loss, even the fans are now starting to lose confidence in Coach Mo. The GM was already on Coach Mo's case. The players were, and the media are about 50-50, but now the fan approval has dropped to under 50%. Now that's down to 41. With this 3rd straight loss and 7 of our last 8, we now have fallen to 3-7. And the future of Coach Mo looks in doubt. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that like button and tell a friend what's going on here in Jacksonville. The time that Coach Mo has here in Jacksonville may not be much longer. Thank you so much again for watching, and have a nice day.